Time now for another vlog. And March is done. It's Jover. We made it
Yes, it
another
is.
month. Hello.
Time is flying.
It is flying. So, as usual, with these vlogs, which by the way, we appreciate you all watching, we're going to talk about what we did this month. And yeah, it really wasn't too much. Riley's still recovering, but she's almost ready to venture more and more back out into the world. So
Right.
that's starting to happen.
Yeah. It's been kind of uneventful this month for me, but I'm coming to the point where I'm literally just already starting to do a lot more,
Yeah.
or I'm getting to that point.
So it's
But
getting there.
yes. But one thing that has kept me going at least is like trying to kill the time. It's just like streaming. So,
Yeah, she's been
but we'll
doing.
get into that later.
Yeah, Riley's been doing surprisingly a lot more streaming lately.
Yeah. It's like every like 3 days, right? Every 2 3 days.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been streaming a lot more.
Yeah. So
And I guess something that does help is because I've been doing it from the bed.
yeah, no, right. Thanks to the
So
PS5 and
yeah,
pretty good Wi-Fi for the most part. Though every now and then there's issues.
yeah. I think we've only had like two crashes. I think one of the like in part five, I think, and then the other one like yesterday.
Yeah, in part 11. Well, what we do is we just accept that we're just gonna make another part. Like last night was technically part 11, but then when it crashed on you, we went ahead and be like, okay, well, time for part 12.
It just depends how deep I'm into it. If it's like 1 hour in, then yeah, we keep going. If it's like 3 hours, then like, screw it,
Then
just
you're
leave
like,
it.
okay, I'm calling it a day.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna stream for like another hour. Might as well just end it there.
Yeah, I don't blame
But what
you.
I do hate is that it makes two different streams. I hate that
Yeah.
because I just want it all to be one.
I know, babe, but I mean, I think this is the better thing to do than how you used to do. You would just delete one, like previous streams when you had issues like this, even if you did some stuff.
Hmm.
I think it's better to at least acknowledge its existence, even if it was like for 50 minutes, like the other day.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah, unless absolutely nothing happened, and it just happened to
Hmm.
crash like really, really early,
Hmm.
then I can understand you just saying, what, screw it, that one doesn't exist anymore. But I get
Right.
that.
But since it was like legendary polls,
Yeah,
then it was kind of important because it
yeah,
was getting Rossi, so that's actually kind of a deal.
yeah. So I think it was a good idea to keep it.
Yeah.
See what else is going on. Oh yeah, so my oldest nephew had a birthday over the weekend. We did not attend because we were under no obligation to attend. My sister told us that we didn't have to go. So guess what? We didn't go because like his entire class was there at the little complex they went to, this indoor complex with the the little the play areas. You know what I'm talking about, babe, because we've been to like two of his
Yeah.
birthdays.
Yeah,
So
the interaction room, entertainment room.
yeah, so we had no obligation to go, but we did get him a present. And it was a STEM kits, like little robotics thing where you could like put together little robots.
Hmm.
And a few days before his birthday, we actually had to get together. My sisters, brother in laws, nephews, and two of my cousins came into town. And I went ahead and gave the gift to my nephew then. Of course, the youngest nephew wasn't happy because he didn't get a gift, but he'll get one this summer. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where they're getting older. You've got to separate it because when they were younger, of course, they would always each get a gift, right? But
Right.
they're having to learn the ugly truth that hey, just because one of you has a birthday doesn't mean the other one gets a present as well. Sorry, that's not the way life works.
Right.
So the youngest one wasn't happy about it, but he'll be happy in the summer whenever it's his turn.
Yeah. Whenever it's his turn, then the
Yeah,
other one doesn't get the present. It's like, oh, I want the present now.
exactly. No, I don't know because my oldest nephew is 6 years old, so he's starting to get out of that baby phase and that toddler phase. So I think he's starting to understand. I think he's getting it. Hopefully,
Hmm. We'll
maybe
see.
maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
What about the entitled face?
No, I think it'll be fine. I mean, once you get old enough, then you start to accept that. Okay, I'm not getting a gift along with my brother anymore because
But you hope so, right?
yeah. Well, I think so because eventually you get to the point where you don't even want anything. You're like, I don't care. But it's your birthday. I don't
Hmm.
care. All right, have stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's like when you're like an adult and you're like past
well,
20
that's
at
what I'm
this
saying.
point.
When you go through phases in life, right? When you're really
Right.
young, you want presents, like presents, presents, presents. But then as you get older, you're like, okay, cool, I get a present. Okay, cool, I get another present. And then as you become an adult, you're like,
Right.
yeah, I'm good.
I
Let's
remember like
turn
when I
this
was
way.
like
Let's avoid the
past
chorus
10.
fleet.
Oh shit. I remember
Yeah.
when I was like past 10, the only thing I always wanted was cash.
Yeah, I think cash or taking somebody out to dinner. Those are two viable options.
Right. What do you want? I just want money. Just give
Yeah,
me money. Because back in the day, like when I was like 10 to like 14, 15,
yeah.
obviously you can't get a job.
No.
And the only thing that you have is either ask your, parents for whatever you want, or hopefully you get cash for your birthday.
Yeah, yeah. I think it gets to the point eventually where I hate to say it, but I've gotten plenty of gifts, and I'm sure all of you have gotten plenty of gifts that you just don't care for,
Right,
and
yeah.
you're just thinking, I would have rather had like $5 or $10 or $20.
Yeah.
So usually when it comes to gifts, like whenever I do have to get somebody a gift, if I don't know exactly what they want, I'll either give them some cash, write them a check, or get them a gift card. Unless I know what they want. Or, like with my nephew, I guess I took a guess, right? Because I looked on Amazon and I basically asked Amazon, okay, what is somebody my nephew's age would like, And
Wow. Okay.
it recommended the STEM kit, right? The little robotics thing. And I got it for him. And like my sister was shocked. She was like I got something similar for him, and I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, he's really into that, and I had no idea. So like, my nephew was really happy about it. He opened up the little box and he saw it, and he was really happy. I didn't realize he was into robotics.
Damn. How'd you know?
So
Amazon told me.
so that's kind of
It's
scary. Like the Amazon
That's funny.
knows. I'm afraid
Yeah.
now.
It was a very bold, lucky guess.
Yeah,
What? Yeah. It was a
because
lucky guess, or maybe it's actually spying.
yeah, because my sister, asked my other sister, like, did you tell him anything? And like she asked her husband, and they're like, no. It was like it just worked out that way, but
It's like the Amazon drone hub just
it,
hovering
it
above your
does
house.
make me wonder though if like Amazon knows who I'm related to, and
It's
maybe
because of Alexa, GB. It's Alexa.
they do use Alexa, by the way. They do. We don't.
Yeah.
But they always use Alexa for music. They use Alexa for when they're cooking. It's like Alexa, like 20 minutes or something. Like we don't want that in our house.
That's how they know.
Yeah, that's how they know exactly. And
That is actually creepy if you go deep.
it's deep. It's scary because like you'll be talking about things, right? And then all your social medias will have advertising for the thing you were talking about. So yeah, it's got really fucking creepy. But at least he liked it. So hopefully my nephew doesn't end up being the one that builds the robotics that end up taking us all out. So
Yeah.
yeah, that could happen. But other than that, we just been just taking it easy. Just chilling at home. Running errands is whatever we need to run errands and whatnot. But hopefully next month we'll finally get to go bowling. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's hoping, because I want to move, and technically, I can. So
Yeah.
now I should be able to get back and do my thingy.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're getting to that point now.
Yeah, because I'm already like 5 months in past surgery.
Yeah.
No, I'm about to head 5 months in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
November,
crazy.
December, that's 2, January, February, March, that's 5 months.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten to that point.
And I
So,
still remember the surgery like if it was yesterday. That was in November.
yeah. But aren't you glad that this much time has gone by? Because as you've mentioned before, the first couple weeks were hell for you.
Yeah, I am actually glad that it's actually going this fast.
Yeah.
It was bad. It's not like just okay, it was kind of bad. No, it was hell. You guys would not want to be in my shoes whenever that happened. That would have been the worst thing ever. Pain that I never thought I would experience.
Yeah. Well, that's
It
what
was
happens when you have operations. It depends on the operation. Yours is a little bit more major than others, but
a little.
still, I
Okay.
mean, yeah. But she's made it this far, so that's the
Yeah.
way you got to look at it. How far you've come.
Yeah, and hey, to be fair, I have recovered, and I guess I still can't believe it actually happened. You know,
Yeah.
because this is something I was like thinking about since forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow, this is actually happening. And when it does happen, and 5 months in, I still can't believe it actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when I'm like 1 year, maybe 2 years in, when it just becomes like normal to me,
Yeah.
then it's just like, okay. But since I guess it's still brand new, quote unquote,
Yeah.
then it's just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yep.
So I'm still in that
Crazy.
phase.
But
What is
yeah.
it, GB?
Yeah. I mean, that's it's going to be probably how it is. I mean, well, coming up, I guess in November will be officially a year from
A year.
the operation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's insane. November, a year already.
I
It
know.
doesn't feel like a year. It doesn't even feel like 5 months. It feels like I literally did it like maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I think every day just feels the same. To me.
Maybe. But well, it's just one of those things where time starts flying by.
All right. We're approaching the name, so let's be careful here.
Okay. Is it actually active or?
Look, yeah.
All right,
There's a person here.
I guess we'll just turn away then.
Oh, ends in 10 seconds.
Okay. Oh, he's not gonna do it.
No.
Cause somebody was telling me that you don't have to kill the sea monsters.
Oh, it appeared.
Oh.
Yeah. There was one more.
Then-
He didn't kill it, and it appeared
Then
anyways.
what's the point of the sea monsters? Like I
I guess
thought,
just summon it faster.
because somebody told me in my live chat Sunday, like, oh, you don't have to kill the sea monsters.
Okay. Maybe I guess it's just to summon it faster.
Yeah, I guess. Are we helping or are we just passing by?
We can help. We can talk and help.
Okay, so we'll
See,
try.
might as well get credit for it.
All right, we're gonna try and focus here. I guess the sea monster's also still a problem.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. So let's continue with the vlog while we assist.
Yeah. Might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well. All right.
Since we're here.
So I guess that's all the real life stuff we got going on, and all my rockets missed because that stupid freaking war junk moved out of my way. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let's not focus on the gameplay, GB. Let's just help, and that's it.
I know, babe. I'm trying. Okay. But anyways, so the shows we've been watching. So you know what? Let's reverse it since we're focusing on video games. Let's talk Skull and Bones while we're playing Skull and Bones, not just simply selling around in Skull and Bones. So overall, what's your opinion of the main event while we're attempting it?
It's okay. It's kind of boring, to be honest. It's just like, here's like freezy monsters, go kill them, and then just the regular ship spawns in, which is just like some war junk with some very powerful dummy cannons, and that's it.
Yeah. It is better than it was the first time. The first time it had issues and it kind of sucked.
Right. But we're looking at it from
from now. Yeah. But I'm saying this is definitely an improvement, this event over the original main event. Plus they also had the Craze name, the Craze name is freaking aggressive as hell.
Right. But the only thing I can really say about it is just that it's meh. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like once I get all the cosmetics, it's like, great. That's great. Moving on.
Exactly. And that's how most people are with this, especially this event, because I consider this to be one of the lesser popular events in Skull and Bones.
Right. I guess it's because it recycles from what we already have.
Yeah.
It's not like it's something new.
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
Exactly.
okay, let's just take the war junk from Lee and from Commander Shang.
Yeah.
Let's just take the Tylosauruses that we already have and just put them all together, and then boom.
Yeah.
It's it's a recycle event. That's why people don't. I can see why it's not liked as much. I like the cosmetics look of it, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, I mean that's the motivation for people is to get the cosmetics.
Well,
that's it. It's like that's all people care about. And I mean, I think they know that, but at least it gives people a reason to play, right? So
right.
So there you go. But I mean,
besides that, that's pretty much it for Skull and Bones. I mean, I haven't.
Yeah, and the faction war, which isn't really exciting.
Yeah, but if you don't care about the faction war, then it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And the little, what's it called? The little Kraken event already kind of came and went.
Yeah, I mean, people are still doing the Kraken, but we have our reasons why we kind of took a break from it.
Yeah, I mean, you just get tired of losing. That's the
yeah.
reason.
And we're not Epic Pro players, so and we always seem to have not the best of luck when it comes to the other players that we end up lumping with.
Right. I mean, hell, I got in literally teams of 8 Garudas and we still can't kill them.
Yeah, I just don't.
I've done my part.
Yeah, I'm just patiently waiting for them to give us more time, and I don't know. Either A, they're going to give us more time, or they're not, and I feel like they probably will eventually. So right now, I mean,
I still want to see the win-loss percentage.
yeah, I would like to see that too. Now, obviously, the wins probably have increased since more and more people are figuring out the meta for this, which is usually a Garuda. So
Yeah. Show me the raw data.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, right now, Skull and Bones is kind of in that, I guess, the twilight of year 2, and a lot of people don't care as much for the faction war, even though it's still going on. There's a very real chance that the company's probably going to wrap it up by the end of the next battle period. So that's before the faction war's over, which is probably not what Ubisoft Singapore wanted, but it is what it is. They probably wanted to fight. They probably just envision it like going down to like the very end, the final battle period. But no,
it's just so boring.
Yeah.
And another thing that doesn't help, of course, which I've said multiple times, is that the last faction war, I think, affected this one pretty badly.
Yeah.
Because it's literally 100+ days faction war where nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't change the map. And, I mean, they did say there was a ceasefire, so it's still technically the same faction war, I guess. I don't know. I just call it Faction War 2. But it's like the direct-to-DVD sequel.
Right. It's the bad one.
Yeah, it's not. It's
the sequel. It's the bad one.
It's the sequel that basically they take the same story and they just recycle it and redo it. And it's like, wait, I watched this movie before. I've seen this one. Yeah.
I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's a sequel.
It's brand new. No, it's not.
Yeah, but I really hope that in year 3, the next faction war is a bit more interested and involves maybe the British Trade Alliance. We'll see.
I'm hoping. Yeah, just give us something new.
Yeah.
But hell, I'll take a new faction. But what is it? I think there's like 40 days left until the season ends. So hopefully we get some year 3 news soon.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's coming in May, by the way. The showcase for year 3. Okay. So we'll find out more in May.
With the whole month.
Yeah, a whole month. We gotta wait. Yippee!
Didn't they do their year 2 showcase like whenever season 1 came out?
It was near the end of year 1 when they did it. Okay. So I would say it's probably a similar timeline, like time span, because I'm guessing year 3 is going to start at the end of May or the beginning of June. I'm guessing, but I mean, we already know that it's going to be naval focused, so it's going to be very, I guess, quality of life themed. Rumor is it's going to be the Galleon as the next large ship. That's a rumor. Nothing's been confirmed yet, but. And I've mentioned this before. I think that we're definitely going to see the War Junk as a future vessel. And if you're wondering what the War Junk is, it's that ship we're shooting at right now.
Yeah.
That thing. So, and I'll probably do like a separate video about that in the future, even though I've mentioned it in a few streams and other videos, what I would like to see the War Junk be in year 3. But anyways, yeah, I'm hoping that year 3 ends up being a surprise. I'm not really optimistic, to be honest. It doesn't really feel like it's going to offer that much, but who knows? Maybe they got some surprises that they're just keeping under the lid, and maybe they want.
I'm just expecting more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, either they got some big plans and they're intentionally keeping our expectations low so that it just like catches us off guard, and like, whoa, wow, that's amazing, you know. Or we're just gonna be like, meh. More of the same.
It just depends.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that's conveniently enough Skull and Bones talk. So let's move on to some other games. Arknights Endfield. So I'm sure Riley wants to talk a moment about Arknights Endfield since she's been streaming it. So
I have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was there. I was streaming it the other day.
Yeah. We talked about that a moment ago.
Yeah. Anyways, Arknights Endfield. So yeah, I've been having a bunch of fun with that game. I literally have not missed a daily since like early, what was it, late January? I think I started in like February 1st in that game.
Is that when you first started streaming it?
No, not streaming it, but playing it.
No, no. I mean, you had a you were briefly playing it, but then you were having issue with it, and so you kind of took a little break, and then we watched the animated series, and then it rekindled your interest, and you wanted to stream it. Then you realized, yeah, I want to completely start over. So you created your account that you're using now for your streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have not missed a day
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, when it comes to, starting over, it's I have gotten lucky as all hell in that account.
Yeah.
It's been nothing but W's, except for the weapons in some areas.
Yeah. Well.
But like the characters, it's just free 6-star, 6-star, 6-star. Like I have a bunch of 6-star characters on that account,
Nice.
and I've just been getting extremely lucky. And then streaming the whole story, it's been fun, especially now understanding what it means.
Yeah.
Because you know how you play a game, you have no idea what it means. You look up a video, then you know what it means.
Yeah. What I find funny is her primary account is on her backup PlayStation account, and I guess your backup account, which you do play with a little bit, is on your primary PlayStation account
I know.
because of the way you had to do it. Because you didn't want to completely start over, but you wanted to start over for streaming purposes, so it's a bit complicated.
And
But
another thing is that finally I'm all caught up.
yeah,
So things are gonna be better now because now I don't have to play the whole story, have
Yeah.
people watching me and be like, okay, let me just catch up. Give me a moment, guys. No, I'm already caught up.
yeah,
All I gotta go do is play the narrative events,
yeah.
which are just like side quests, and then the Umbral Monument, which apparently people do want to see.
Okay. Well, there
So,
you go.
Community did ask, so I'm gonna give it to them.
Got to give it to them.
Gotta give it to them. You know how it
Yeah.
is, UB.
Yeah, I know. Like we were talking about near the end of your stream, how you were gonna let people pick during the stream. I don't think that's a good idea because, like, you obviously want to plan ahead a little bit on that, which is why I suggested having people maybe vote for anyone that actually wants to vote in a post. And then that way, if somebody picks like this character, then you can go ahead and have a screenshot of that character good to go for the stream. See, instead of it just being like I don't know what character I'm gonna do the story of this time. It's a mystery.
It is a mystery.
Yeah, life's a mystery. I'm glad you're
But-
enjoying Arknights Endfield. I mean, we did watch the anime, and I guess we'll just cheat a little and we'll talk about the anime real quick since it does tie in together.
Right.
So that, like I mentioned a moment ago, Riley, when she first started, she didn't really know what the heck was going on, and so she kind of bounced. And then she found out about the anime, and she's like, "Oh, okay, let's watch the anime. Do you want to watch the anime, GB?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Wow.
And so they gave you a little bit better understanding about the world of Arknights Endfield, even though the Arknights anime, which is more based on what the turn-based game or the was that?
Yeah, it's a tower defense game.
Yeah, the tower defense game. It's tied into that more because it's in the same time period with the same characters, whereas what Arknights Endfield is a time jump, I think, right?
Yeah, it's like 150 years into the future.
Okay. So overall, your thoughts about the Arknights anime?
I liked it. I really did. I liked Amiya and Doctor. Yeah, I like both of them.
Okay.
But it only introduced like the first 3 chapters. I know there's a bunch more chapters, but of course they're not animated yet. So.
Yeah, I think that maybe it was like a funding or interest issue. So maybe I don't know if we're ever going to get future seasons.
But I did like the characters.
Yeah.
And we watched it all in Japanese with
The subtitles, yeah.
Subtitles, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an Arknights Endfield anime. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but because I want to see, like the first chapters. They'll probably make it way more interesting, like seeing like the whole Valley 4 arc, but animated instead of like playing it. Because Valley 4 was such a snooze fest. It's like I hate Valley 4.
Yeah,
It's just I know people say it's like, oh, when you get to Wuling, it gets better. It jumps in quality. Like Valley 4 feels like blah, and Wuling is like I've ascended.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's just like for example, GB. Let me give you an example, right? So you have like Tata and Yvonne, and a few random NPCs. It's like okay, right? Whatever. Do you care about that, or do you care more about Tantang and Xuan Fangyi and Mifu? Like, which one do you care about more?
I don't know. No.
Okay, well that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I kind of know the names of the characters, some of them, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, the
I'm
Mad
glad
Woman.
I'm glad you care. So
Okay, well that didn't help my argument. Damn it.
it's okay. I mean, I get what you're going. It's kind of like I guess you could say Chapter 1 in Red Dead Redemption 2. Most people don't care for it after they've done it once,
Hmm.
but then it starts getting interesting the further you get into Red Dead Redemption 2, for like Chapter 2 and especially like Chapter 3 and well, except for Guarma, people don't care for Guarma, but
I like the style of it,
yeah, the tropical setting, yeah, that part's cool, but
but I like how you can see like Spaniard like
yeah,
things in it.
yeah,
So that's actually kind of cool.
yeah, that part, yeah, but
Reminds me of home.
I understand the comparison you're trying to make with a part of the game like early on you're not as interested in, then it gets to a better part of the game that's more interesting in almost every
Yes.
single way. So I understand.
Hmm.
But yeah, so Riley's going to continue playing Arknights Endfield on her channel and also off stream as well. So for anybody interested, she's already got a few streams up.
Yeah. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I like streaming it. It's actually very casual.
And then the other stream
And
she did was Wild Assault. She finally did a Wild Assault stream.
oh yeah, that. It's okay. I guess
That's generous.
that's generous. Yeah, it's not okay actually. It's eh. It's very eh.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing new. It's like okay, good new season. What have we added? We added 2 recolors, and we added a full cosmetic for Marquez. Okay, what about the maps? Nope. What about the guns? Nope. Okay, but we're working on PvE. Okay, can we see something? I would like to see a little bit of PvE. Can we see a clip, like a 10-second clip? Nope. Okay, then what do we get? Any quality of life changes? Nope. Okay, is Akai still ass? Yep. Well, that's it. See ya. Bye.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a season at all. Because you think at the very least, either I think in order to qualify as a season in Wild Assault, because I understand it's a small studio that's making the game, either A, you add a new map or a new character. And they didn't really do either for this
Right.
season. And you found out the day you were going to stream it anyways. It's just, I guess it was a happy coincidence. And you're like, what?
Yeah, it was a happy coincidence.
And so it kind of worked out because originally the name of the stream was going to be Goodbye for Now.
Yeah.
Not Season 5 is here.
Which reminds me, I still have to make a video.
Yeah. I guess you can make it this week sometime, whenever you get a
Yeah.
chance.
Probably not tomorrow and day after since I'll be busy, but like first day plus.
Yeah, Thursday or Friday she'll probably churn out a Wild Assault video. She has something she wants to make, which kind of ties into stuff we're talking about here.
Right. But it's just damn. It's just a total disappointment. Nothing new. Everything's still the same. It's literally a glorified patch,
Yeah.
and that's it. And it's I hate to say it, but I have no faith in them at this point. Like I had faith in the very beginning. The game was hot. They were dropping patches left and right. Communication was good. Season 2 dropped, and everything just fell apart. They haven't posted in their account in like 9 months since Season 2.
Yeah, the social media, like especially YouTube, they don't even bother on YouTube
No.
anymore.
No, it's just X and retweets.
Yeah. And not everybody's on X. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people on X, but
That's
there's
the
also
thing.
there's also people that avoid X for certain reasons.
Me, basically.
Yeah.
But the only reason I'm on X is whenever GB, tells me about stuff in Wild Assault.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I literally created an account and I haven't used it since the moment I made it.
Yeah. It
'Cause
just
it's
sits
just-
there.
It just sits there collecting dust. Like I said, I'm not an X user. I don't use like any type of social media besides YouTube.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, because every single time I see something, it's always negative, so it's not worth it.
Yeah. Very
It's like,
rarely,
whatever, I'm out of here.
yeah, very rarely you're going to see anything positive and wholesome. Like, for example, like over the weekend, there was this weird interaction with the Japanese Twitter users and American Twitter users for some reason because of the algorithm. And it led to some sort of like America Japan love fest that
Okay.
it felt kind of wholesome, you know, because like I've even put up a post like about it, like, you know, like steak and ramen and Batman Naruto and like cowboys and samurai, guns and katana and like Ace Combat and Ghost of Tsushima. It was just my own thoughts about it. So it was kind of wholesome in a way to see some love between two countries for once instead of countries threatening each other and going to war with each other. And so I wish more countries would do that, but
Yeah.
so there's been a few wholesome moments, not many,
Well, that's good.
but yeah. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I understand why you don't care for social media. There are times when I wish I'd just stop, but I guess it's kind of a low key addiction of mine. But I guess there's two reasons why I do it. One, I like to know what's going on in the world, and X does suck. It is a cesspool at times, but it's also pretty good at like keeping you apprised to what's happening when it comes to trending topics. As this team of frigates annoying us while we're at the fucking border. Leave us alone. We're just minding our own business, bully.
But I just.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's what I have you for, right? At this
Yeah,
point.
exactly. I'm
It's
the
like,
one
you know
that
what?
has to
If I want to look
endure
at
it.
X and I want to see something, I'll just let you be, hey, Jimmy, let me look at your phone real quick.
Yeah.
And then just like, okay, wall assault? Nope, nothing special. Bye.
Yeah.
I don't search anything about politics. I don't search anything about the world or anything because I just know it's negative.
Yeah, sadly, most of it is, you know, and
And I'm just like, okay, well, why would I go look at something when I already know the answer?
I'll deal with this asshole.
Is it good? Probably not.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm out of here.
All right. You wanted to fight, buddy? Well, you're getting a fight. That's what you get.
Wow. I guess I'll heal you if anything.
No. I mean, it's just a team of frigates, not a big deal. But yeah, you know, one day I think that I'm just going to completely get off. Okay, so the other reason, as I mentioned, besides want to know what's going on in the world, and I do feel like for its flaws, it does do a pretty good job letting me know about events going on in the world, like in the U.S. and across the world. So there's that when it comes to X or Twitter, whatever you call it. The other is because I like to vent politically about bullshit going on in my country and throughout the world. And that gives me a place to do it. Oh boy, a water spout. Awesome.
It's a tauntaun water spout.
Yay. We go from a Timu frigate to a water spout. Awesome. All right, let's try and avoid that. But so yeah, that's the other reason why I do it, because Raleigh doesn't care for politics, and it's just, I guess it gives me at least a place to go and scream into the void, even if nobody cares. A few people do, but most of the time my posts, they end up with 0 likes or reposts, except for like Kane likes to like and repost my stuff. So I do appreciate that, Kane. Thank you. It just feels like somebody shows me a little pity and sympathy sometimes. Like he's like, there. I'll leave you a like and a repost. Thanks. But anyways, let's go back to games. We'll go back to games. How about that?
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, I hope Wild Assault does get better, but at the moment, I don't know, babe. I really don't know. I have my doubts.
It's sad. Because this is such a good concept, but the developers are just being extremely incompetent or extremely ignorant, or both.
Yeah, I think it's incompetence, and maybe they have their own vision for what they want the characters to be or the weapons to be, because they seem biased, as you've mentioned before.
Yeah.
And instead of properly balancing the characters or weapons, it's like they do a terrible job with both. And like,
it's just they don't balance characters good. They don't balance guns good. Like, okay.
And it's really weird because like the Fox character, Akahima, right? Like, she seemed to be okay the way she was. So why mess of her? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
She's one of those characters that casuals cannot play good. It's a hardcore character, basically.
Then why make her worse, though? That's what I don't understand. I mean,
because she's extremely fast and she can get extremely frustrating if played on the good hands. But it's like Genji from Overwatch, which he's not easy. It's like one of those characters that it's like, okay, you can pick it up and it's all right, but it's like really hard to master, you know?
Yeah, but I kind of like that in a video game. It's just like in Skull and Bones, you know, there's ships that are much easier to master than other ships. So if you really want to learn how to get better at one ship in particular, you actually have to put the effort into it, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it's the same thing, you know? So it's the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they just...
I think the problem is that they overdid it with the buffs.
Yeah.
I mean, with the nerfs.
Yeah, they did.
Like, it's fine if they nerf one thing, but no, they nerfed everything about her kid.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And it's just...
And it just made her worthless.
Yeah, and if that happens, then people aren't going to play her. And if people aren't going to play her, and if they're people that happens to be Akahimre mains like you were, then it means, you know what, you just took away my reason to play this game, or at least one of my reasons.
There's a bunch of people that bitch about that change and are still bitching about it, and I can't say I blame them.
Yeah, and that's a good way to lose people that'll stop playing your game. And even if you do like put out some future cosmetics for her, they're not going to come back because they're like, well, you busted my character. So
Yeah.
I'm not supporting you financially.
Right now,
Yeah, I'm not going to support you financially, you know, for destroying my character and not fixing her, but thinking I'm going to come back and give you money for her skins because I still can't play her.
Yeah, and the worst part is that she's one of the characters with the most skins too.
Of course.
So the fact that she has the most skins and she's like the worst character in the game at the moment, it's just like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Plus, don't you also lose money on that?
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to say is that like less Akahime players means less Akahime players that are going to buy your skins for her in the future.
Right. But you know who gets a slap on the wrist? Norman.
Yeah, oh, my boy Norman.
Yeah, the tiger. And it's just like, okay, well, what did he get? Nothing. He's fine. He's still overpowered as hell.
Yeah.
Like one of the best characters in the game. Or the best character in the game, along with Amphia.
Yeah, he's like the only one I actually play, by the way. Whenever I do play.
You know, you only play it like 4 times.
Well, you know, but at least I tried.
But yeah, but anyways, yeah, it's just balancing is just horrible with them. You know what they remind me of?
What?
Behavior.
Yeah.
And when you're compared to behavior, you know you fucked up.
Yeah.
If the difference between behavior and this company is just like this company is just like 20 people, and then behavior is like over like what 400.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't even go for a relaxing sail around the Indian Ocean without being bothered.
Yeah, everywhere you go, it's just a L. Let's go down.
All right. Let's go down. Good plan. It's like, you know, we're not causing any problems, Dutch, okay? You know, yes, we make a few Snake jokes here and there from our friend Snake. And by the way, congrats, Snake, on 1,000 subscribers. GG's.
Let's go.
Golf.
Congrats.
You know what? That's a golf clap. So there you go, Snake. Golf clap for you. But yeah, we'll head back south.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's probably enough Wild Assault.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game.
Okay, next game. Okay, let's talk about games I've been playing. Okay, so as some of you know, I went back to Diablo II Resurrected because they added a new character called the Warlock and some quality of life improvements to Diablo II Resurrected because I love Diablo II. And I played through the main story, Acts 1, 2, 3, and 4. I am going to go back and play through Act 5. Of course. Oh my God, no.
Go this way, go this way, go this way.
No, go this way. You're going the wrong way. You're going straight into it.
Okay,
What are you
I'll turn around.
doing?
I didn't see the line, okay? It didn't appear for me.
And we don't want that heat. No, we don't want it. No, go away, dragon. Yeah. Usually we don't make the vlogs this interactive when it comes to
Right.
We're
Well,
just
I can
selling.
keep us alive if anything.
All right, now we're leaving. Look, we're sorry for going into your territory, Elder Shadow Beast. It won't happen again. I promise.
Well, you're shooting at the DMC. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah. Shoot at them. They're the ones that are violating your territory, not us. We're innocent. Yeah. All right. Good. That was a close call.
Right.
Right. But anyway, so back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. So yeah, I will go back to Act 5 and conclude it with the Warlock. But right now I'm focused on Diablo 4 because they had an expansion come out like a year ago, Vessel of Hatred. And I don't care about the seasons in Diablo 4. I'm not a seasonal person. But I do care about the lore and the story. And so recently I've been playing through Vessel of Hatred. And I have Part 3 out. It should be out today as well. Part 2. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Part 2 will also be out today or already out prior to me releasing the vlog. And then next week, I'll release part 3 of Vessel of Hatred for Diablo 4 if anybody happens to be interested. And then in a few weeks from now, at the end of April, Lord of Hatred drops, the second expansion of Diablo 4, which I'm also going to be doing a Let's Play of. So after I'm done with my Lord of Hatred Let's Play, then I'll go back to Diablo 2 Resurrected and finish Diablo 2 Resurrected by taking down Baal, the Lord of Destruction, with the Warlock. So that's my plan. But yeah, it's been really fun getting back into Diablo 4. And in my Vessel of Hatred Let's Play, I played it on normal because I was still knocking the rust off with my Sorceress. Mm-hmm. But since then, I have her in like Torment level 1 now. And she's like a freaking badass. So I've been really grinding my Sorceress. So yeah, I've been having fun though. And I even tried out the season because the season added the ability for you to be the Butcher. And also they added an old class from Diablo 2, finally made it to Diablo 4, the Paladin. So I tried out the Paladin. I did a video about that like a week ago. And they're also adding the Warlock to Diablo 4. So I guess this was a grand plan of theirs to add add the Warlock to both Diablo 2 and 4. So they're adding a version of the Warlock for Diablo 4, which I'm definitely going to try out as well. I'm not going to do it for Lord of Hatred, but I'll just do it on the side. Like maybe I'll try out the season with the Warlock, but like I'll get to a certain point and then I'll just throw in the towel and be like, okay, I'm done with the season. Kind of like I did with the Paladin. But yeah, overall enjoying my time back in Diablo 2 and Diablo 4. So let's go talk about Ghost of Yōtei Legends. So Riley and I absolutely loved Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Tsushima Legends. And for the most part, we liked Ghost of Yōtei. But we were very interested in Ghost of Yōtei Legends. So it finally came out and we played it. Riley, what was your thoughts about Ghost of Yōtei Legends?
I liked it. And I want to get more into it. The problem is just that I'm so busy with other games.
Yeah.
So that's the main issue. I know it's not going anywhere. But like I've been so busy with like Battlefield 6 and Arknights Endfield, and I'm going to start doing real life stuff now that I just have no time for it. So as much as I would like to play it and, you know, get more into it, I'm just busy. So yeah, because things in life are going to change for me now because I'm going to actually start doing like real life stuff.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's time to start getting back out there and doing things. And I agree. I like Ghost of Yōtei Legends. I feel like there's some things that I think they improved upon, like the little, I guess the prep area is pretty cool.
Yeah. And I love playing the little mini game.
Yeah, the coin game that me and Bounty were doing the other night.
Yeah.
And y'all kept throwing up blood all over. Because one of the emotes is throwing up blood.
Funny.
And while we're playing the coin game, like, you two would keep doing that. I'm like, stop it.
It's just the sound effect and then the blood everywhere. You could just spam it. It just looked funny. It's disgusting as hell, but it looked funny.
Yeah, it just covers up the entire board and you can't see the coins.
Good times.
And then I retaliated by throwing the bombs when you and Bounty were playing.
Mm-hmm. It didn't have the same effect, though.
I know, but I had to do something.
But, yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's just that, well... I guess another thing that doesn't help, of course, that I've mentioned is I know that they're not going to continue it. So it's like you're going to grind all of this stuff and then just, boom, okay, game's done. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, unlike other, like, online games.
Right. So once you finish it, then there's nothing, so...
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want to invest like over 100 hours on a game that I know I'm going to quit after I'm done. Because I did that with Ghost of Tsushima. I got every character to 120.
Yeah.
And I 100% did everything. And I'm just like, okay, great. Now what do I do? Nothing. So eventually, like, you play for a little bit more once you have everything maxed out, and then boom, you're gone. So, yeah.
Right.
It's just, I don't like it, but I guess I just want more, you know? Like Arknights does. It's like, okay, the story goes there. What happens next? I want to see what happens next. And it keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. I guess kind of like that.
Yeah, when it comes to like Ghosts of Yōtei Legends, like besides the raids coming eventually.
Mm-hmm. Eventually.
Like I can see your point of view that you put all this time and effort into it, and then knowing that it's not going to go on forever.
Hmm.
I Yeah, it kind of sucks because we get too used to the idea, the concept of, hey, there's this new online game, we're going to put time into it. There's going to be new seasons and updates and content and passes, etc.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's the downside of live service if you continue it.
yep.
But I mean, if it's just cosmetics, it's fine. Like I still want a game called like The Legends of the Ghost or something.
Yeah.
Ghost Anthologies or some shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then just make it like a standalone, Legends game, and then boom,
Yeah.
just continue making like mythical stories.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. Like have a Japanese mythology, the game, basically.
Yeah.
And you could just do that, and then just put like cosmetics and like battle passes and like events and stuff. But like keep making stories. That would be cool. That's an idea right there. And it doesn't have to be connected anything to like Ghosts of Yōtei or Ghosts of Tsushima, like in the main single player. It could just be like, the series, and it's just all mythical. It's like side stories.
Yeah, I agree.
A story's a story. It's good enough.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, I do like the designs of, I guess, the Yōtei 6 and Ghost of Yōtei Legends. But I like the antagonist more in Ghost of Tsushima Legends because it was what was it? Was it Io or
EO.
Io? Yeah, Io. Which she really had nothing to do with the Mongols. I mean, yeah, there were Mongols that end up serving her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Tengus and let's see, what else did she have?
Yeah, the different mythical creatures.
Yeah, she had different mythical creatures, right? And Onis.
Onis,
So
yeah.
I liked this. I guess I liked the separation between the story of Ghost of Tsushima, Jin Sakai fighting to get the island back from the Mongols, and the Legends where they were just in the afterlife fighting against this angry goddess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't take that approach with Ghost of Yōtei Legends. They decided, hey, we're just going to create demonic versions of the Yōtei 6.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. But at the same time, yeah, I agree with you. It's unfortunate that eventually they will end their support of Ghost of Yōtei Legends, just like they did with Ghost of Tsushima Legends. It would be nice if they had a few additional modes that people have been asking for, like, for example, a duel mode, like a 1v1 duel mode that we've been wanting forever, ever since, like, Tsushima Legends. But I honestly don't know if we're going to get that.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
No. Because, I don't know, I feel like that might take a little extra effort to do a PvP mode, where most of this game is PvE based. So, yeah, I think that once the raid goes by, maybe they add another mode, because they had kind of a PvE, PvP type mode. I forgot what it was called.
It was Rivals.
Yeah, Rivals, but it wasn't as popular.
No.
So they may have that, and then after that, then some more cosmetics to unlock. But then they'll be done, probably.
Yeah, and then that's it, and that's just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because I literally put a shit ton of hours on Legends, like in the first Tsushima Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I 100% did everything. I literally have everything on that game.
Yeah.
And I did all the raids. I did everything. It's just sad that they just abandoned it. And then they're going to probably do the same thing again with Ghost of Yōtei Legends. Like, you have this cool concept. It's like, what do we do with it? Nothing. Let's just put, like, some little stories here and there, and boom, let's just end it.
Yeah, I fear that's the same thing is going to happen, most likely. But hopefully we'll be able to at least get some more time into Ghost of Yōtei Legends once we have the time. But like you said, we got real life stuff going on. We have other games we're playing, so kind of busy.
It's not that we don't want to play it. It's just that we've been busy with so many other games. Because you know how every game is. Every single game wants your time.
Exactly, and there's just not enough time in too many games.
Yeah. That's the problem when you have a variety and you like too many games.
Yeah.
You have like, okay, let me go play Skull and Bones. All right, let me just do every single delivery on the manufacturers. Okay, let me refill them back up. Let me do the event. Okay, I'm done. Let me go to the next game, do the same thing. Every single game does that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Then you realize it's been like 6 hours. You only been playing 2 games because you'll be just doing dailies.
Yep. It just keeps happening over and over again.
Yep.
But see what other games you've been playing. Oh yeah, you actually went back to Battlefield 6. How did that go?
Well, I went back to play the new map, Hagental Base. It was god awful. Then I played Gauntlet with Bounty, and on the same map, Hagental Base. It was pretty decent. It's just that the maps, they're not made for Battlefield. These are COD maps, and Battlefield 6 plays a lot like COD. So, playing like a COD style map on a COD style Battlefield, it kind of goes well, because the thing is, I'm playing modes that are not Battlefield on maps that don't feel like Battlefield, so it just kind of works well together, you know. But for a non-Battlefield game in Battlefield,
Yeah,
if that makes any
it
sense.
just sounds like they're just trying to appeal to the COD players that have crossed over.
Yeah, it's like they're doing all these modes, but like none of it feels Battlefield. That's the thing. Like if you're playing like COD style gameplay, like or any other like extra mode gameplay, it feels fine. It's just it feels good as long as you're not playing the main Battlefield modes like Conquest or Breakthrough. And
Yeah.
that's what sucks. It's fun in some areas, but you cannot look at it like it's Battlefield. It's basically you're playing another game in a Battlefield game.
Yeah.
So if you want to play Battlefield 6 for Battlefield, I would not suggest it.
Yeah, and see that's where you kind of lose the identity of the game when they go in a direction like this. It ceases being
Yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just because it's basically just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it. That's all it is. It just seems like Battlefield in name only.
Yeah.
But good news, another I guess game came out, or several games came out that Riley's been waiting for the past several months, and she's been playing, which also takes up her time.
What is it?
Mega Man.
Oh yeah, Mega Man. I've been wanting to play that game a lot more, but again, I've been busy. It's just because I'm also trying to keep up with Arknights and on the stream and everything. So I've been busy with Arknights and all these other games as well. So I cannot play Mega Man that much. I finished the first arc with what's his name? Taurus Fire. So that's cool on the first game. And I want to play more, but I've been busy playing all these other games, trying to catch up and do all these dailies. And I know I don't have to do them, but if I don't do them and I fall behind, then I cannot, I cannot save up. And if I don't save up, then that means spending money. And if I spend money, then it goes bad.
Yeah.
So it's either grind or spend the big bucks. And I don't think I want to spend money. So money's a valuable resource.
Yeah. Plus, things are a lot more expensive now. So
Yeah.
as
I'm only gonna really spend money if I really, really want something,
mm-hmm.
Like if it's something extremely important. But
Yeah.
if not, then I can just be like, okay, I'll grind a little bit more. I'll get it later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is, like, now that Mega Man Star Force is out, you can play it whenever you want, so it's not going anywhere.
Right. It has multiplayer and stuff, but again, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mega Man. I've only played the first one, so I went with Pegasus because when I was a kid, I went with Leo and I 100%ed everything. I even got some hacks on it. It was actually kind of fun.
Okay.
But besides that, yeah, I went with Pegasus this time.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right. So, other than GTA Online, I mean, I think that's about everything we've been playing.
I think so.
Yeah. So, but it's GTA. It's over a decade old and long in the tooth, and well, hopefully we'll get GTA 6 this fall. Hopefully.
Yeah. What is there to be said about GTA?
Yeah. Nothing else. Just patiently waiting for, I guess, a conclusion to the Mr. Faber storyline. I guess in summer we'll get that. Plus, marketing for GTA 6 will start, and we can focus on that. And no, I'm not interested in the main event again. We're trying to do a vlog video game. Ugh.
Yeah, go down.
We are going. I mean, we can't go any more down. We're at the border. We'll just avoid the Tylosaurus. Tylosaurus, just don't mind us. We're just passing by.
Yeah, 14 minutes. It literally just started.
Yeah. But anyways, I guess that's a good segue to shows we've been watching because I think we covered all the games.
Yeah, we did.
So speaking of dinosaurs, there was a, I guess you could say, I don't know if it's going to be a series or mini series called Dinosaurs. Of course, as some of y'all know, I kind of like dinosaurs ever since I was a kid. I wanted to be
real.
They are real, yeah. I wanted to be a paleontologist at one point. I read both Jurassic Park books, and Tylosaurus, I said we're good. Fuck off. Go over there. We're trying to do a vlog, sir. Or ma'am. Ma'am. like
me, it's man.
Yeah. Or like, well, I was thinking more like Gordon Ramsay when he does that. Ma'am.
Oh, madam.
Madam. Piss off.
It's just the way he says it.
Yeah.
Yes, chef. Take your jacket off and fuck off.
Yeah. Go fuck with them. They're the ones that want to fight you. We're just passing by.
Yeah. Well, we were the first targets. To
I know. But anyways, so yeah, I watched the 4-parter of the Dinosaurs on Netflix, voiced by Morgan Freeman. Yeah. They spared no expense. For the most part, I enjoyed it. Some of the CGI was pretty good. Some of it could have been better. There were accusations of them using AI. I don't know if that's true. At least I hope it's not true.
At this point, everybody uses AI. It's like accusation on every show or video game.
Yeah. I did like the fact that they jumped all the way back to from what we know about dinosaurs. And our knowledge is very limited, based on archaeology, paleontology, etc. So,
Egyptology.
Yeah, who knows if anything we know about dinosaurs is actually true? Because we're going by the fossils and all that.
For all we know, dinosaurs could not be real.
They are real. Stop it. But
right.
Anyways, so it was kind of cool to go all the way back to the beginning with the time of the ancient reptiles, and like from the ancient reptiles, that's when dinosaurs first started as basically like little chickens. And then over millions and millions of years, like from the Triassic to the Jurassic period and then the Cretaceous periods, you see the rise of the dinosaurs and the evolution of the dinosaurs. And then eventually the sad end to the dinosaurs with the meteorite, of course, right? Mm-hmm. But it was a pretty good story. There's obviously some drama they add to it. So, but it was still kind of cool the dinosaurs they did feature, and I think it's enough to spark people's interest in dinosaurs. Maybe like individuals that are, say, younger, and maybe picking up an interest in dinosaurs. But for those of us that have always been into dinosaurs, dinosaur enjoyers, I think it was fine. For a little 4-part documentary series. I don't know if they're going to do any more because they kind of had like a beginning, a middle, and an end. But since there's hundreds of millions of years and there's plenty of other dinosaur species that they didn't feature, and the ones they did feature, they only featured it for like a short amount of time, they theoretically could do a season 2 with like other points in the timeline, but I don't know. But it was okay. So I would, for anyone that has Netflix that is into dinosaurs, I guess I would recommend it. So
there you go.
Yeah. We did talk about Arknights, the animated series. Is there anything else you want to mention about it before we move on? Okay. So, I mean, I guess it's the same thing. Like if you're into Arknights Endfield and you want to learn a little bit more about the world that existed before Arknights Endfield, you want to learn more about the lore and the Originium, is it?
Originium, yeah.
Yeah, and how they have these abilities, these arts. Kind of like the X-Men. So that was my comparison with Arknights. It's basically the X-Men. They have these mutant powers, and the Arknights animated series, there's 2 factions, right? There's Rhodes Island, the good guys. And then you have, what's the other group called? Reunion. I mean, they are the bad guys, but at the same time, you kind of understand their point of view. It's like they just want to wipe out anybody that's not infected. Because the non-infected, treat the infected like shit. But it's very similar to X-Men because the mutants get treated like shit by the humans. And then you have Xavier's X-Men. And, they're the ones trying to fight for equality. and acceptance by the rest of humanity. They just want to be seen as fellow human beings because they are human beings, even if they have these mutant powers. But then you have like Magneto's faction, right? The Brotherhood, and they've just gotten to the point like, nah, fuck you humans, we're just gonna wipe all you out, or else we're just gonna take over because we're tired of being treated like shit. So it's the same premise basically. But finally, another animated series we finally concluded because we've been watching it for a few years now. When you first got me watching it.
Which one?
Beastars.
Oh yeah, Beastars.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, we finally finished watching it.
Because didn't you watch the first season by yourself at first, right?
Yeah, I watched the first season in PR.
Okay.
Then I watched it again because season 2 was going to come out, so I watched it again.
And you talked me into watching it.
Yeah. It was weird for him. It was so weird.
It's a very interesting show. It actually is very similar to Wild Assault, right? Because you have animals that are human-like.
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah, that are basically fighting each other in Wild Assault. And you have herbivores and carnivores that are anthropomorphic, and they struggle to coexist in peace without the carnivores eating the herbivores.
Right. Well, for me, it's all about the creativity. It's like, okay, you have a concept. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
That's what interests me. It's just like, okay, let's see. So you have these anthro animals. They are carnivores or herbivores. Okay, how would they live if it was a human world? It's just like, okay, I could get behind this. Let me see it. Yeah. And I saw it. It's like, okay, I could see this going somewhere. The season 2 came out. I was like, okay.
Yeah, season 2 was not as good as season 1.
No, it was so meh. I like the opening though. The opening of that season was amazing.
Yeah.
But then the first season came out, and it's like, okay, now we're back on track.
Yeah, the first half of season 3 was actually pretty good because they finally introduced a Beastar, which was the horse. What, Yaya?
Yeah,
and he's a badass. So I liked Yaya. And then they finally put out the final half, and it was okay. It definitely felt like at the end they were just rushing to wrap things up. Maybe they just had a very limited budget. And they could
have done with one more episode.
Yeah, I guess they just couldn't afford it. So they just had to try and tie these stories together.
Right.
So it does feel a little rushed at the end, but at least I guess we get an ending for the characters without spoiling it any further. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did grow to like Legoshi as well as Louis, and they're dynamic,
I think Louis was my favorite out of everybody.
Yeah, like Louis was the buck, right?
Yeah.
And he's very popular, and he comes from a wealthy family. And then Legoshi was the wolf, and he was kind of a loner at first, but then like he meets the rabbit Haru, and then they end up forming a bond, and that's the part I cannot get past it. Like everything else I'm kind of okay with. It's the whole concept of herbivores and carnivores being together romantically that I just can't get past it. I'm sorry. I'm a very open-minded person, as some of you know. I'm very open-minded. I'm pro LGTB, but
LGTB.
Yeah. Well, okay. I screwed that up. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I use
LGBT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm part of the LGTB 4K plus community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying. But I'm a very open-minded person. Okay. Between adults, as long as it's consensual. All right. Fine. But I don't know. I just have I don't know. I mean, I also understand that it's supposed to be an allegory towards, like real life stuff going on, right? So that's also another way people take what's happening in Beastars. They compare it to real world stuff like different orientations and different cultures learning to live together and whatnot. But there's a difference between interracial relationships because, fun fact, we're all human beings. So we're not really a different race. We just have different pigments. And we come from different parts of the world. And yeah, we do have some different beliefs. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. And DNA-wise, yeah, humans from all over the world can get together. Well, male and female, obviously, can reproduce. Like, unfortunately, that's just the way it is when it comes to biology. But, I'm supportive of gay rights and trans rights and bisexual rights, of course. But, I don't know, just the concept of herbivores and carnivores romantically being together, I can't. It just never won me over. I can see the fascination that they would have towards each other, right? But then, I mean, they even talk about the consequences of hybrids, right? Because without spoiling, there is a hybrid that does come along that becomes, I guess you could say, an antagonist. And I get, you know what? In the end, it actually is kind of a warning about it. Hybrids.
There you go.
So I don't know if that was what they were trying to do. Were they trying to go with the whole acceptance route, or were they saying, you know what, maybe hybrids are a bad thing when it comes to that? But it was definitely one of the more interesting shows you and I have watched over the past few years, and
I had the exact same reaction when I watched this. Like, what is this?
yeah.
I literally had the exact same reaction. It's like, okay, fuck it. I'll continue watching it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Season 2 was just not good.
No. Yeah.
And then season 3, it's like, okay, it's going better. And then season 3, like part 2, it's like, okay, good. We finished the story.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's
That's
over now.
Pretty much what it was for me.
Yeah. We're done with that. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to remember it as fondly as, say, Naruto, right? Because, yeah, that's probably easily my favorite anime that you got me into was Naruto.
That's like the best thing I've gotten into.
Yeah.
But at least I can say one thing when it comes to introducing you to stuff.
What?
I haven't introduced you to anything like super trash. I guess the only thing you could say that's like, it could be total drama.
Yeah, because like
But literally, whenever I showed it to you and I resaw it, I'm like, damn, this is not as good as I remember.
I couldn't, like, there might have been like one funny episode, like, or one funny thing that made me chuckle, but I just did not care for total drama. Because I don't, look, when I was really young, when, you know, the reality shows were all the rage, admittedly, I did watch a little bit of Big Brother. I did watch a little bit of Survivor. But then I quickly lost interest because they kept doing season after season after season. And it's like, it's the same fucking thing. And it was the same thing with Hell's Kitchen, right? Because we watched a few seasons of Hell's Kitchen when we were on our Gordon Ramsay kick. I mean, we prefer Kitchen Nightmares more than Hell's Kitchen. And it's the same thing. Like, eventually we got to the point where we're just like, okay, well, this is the same shit over and over again. So we lost interest in it.
Yeah.
And that's what total drama is. I mean, it's making fun of, obviously, reality shows. I get that.
Yeah. And it got like 6 seasons, but I told him, let's just watch until season 2, and that's it. Because I remember season 3, and I did not like it. I think it was like World Tour, and I did not like it. They also introduced musical numbers in that one, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, I'm glad
No.
Yeah.
Some people do like them. But I am not one of those.
There's rare exceptions for me when it comes to musicals, like Blues Brothers, the original Blues Brothers. I love that one. Little Shop of Horrors, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Sweeney Todd. I did like Sweeney Todd, admittedly. But, yeah, I mean, most musicals, I don't care. I'd rather just avoid most of them like the plague. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think that's all the shows, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen anything else.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few shows that are coming out that have already come out, or, well, episodes are coming out, like the second season of Daredevil Born Again. I'm going to watch that. Invincible, we're going to watch that. The Boys, that's coming. So we have shows to watch.
I don't care too much about, like,
Daredevil. Yeah, you don't care about that.
Yeah, like I saw all the seasons in Netflix, and I thought they were really good.
Yeah.
And then I saw the one that it's like Born Again, and it's just like, it's okay, I guess. And then the season finished, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I give it a shot, at least.
Yeah, I would say it's still better than a lot of the other Disney Plus shows they've made. That's not saying much.
But you're basically comparing semi-decent to crap.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to watch Born Again Season 2, but I want to wait till, like, a few more episodes come out first. Mm-hmm. So I'm just waiting.
I just don't care.
Yeah. Like, Invincible, the first season was really good. last few seasons have been okay.
Yeah, the first season was the best season.
Yeah.
First season was good. Second season was eh. Third season was all right, I
Yeah, it
guess.
got
And then fourth
better.
season, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the way things go in the fourth season. The boys, I definitely want to see how that wraps up. So,
Okay, I want to see that one too.
so that we're gonna watch that whenever it comes out.
Comes out, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I guess that's what's coming out like this month and next month, and then some movies start coming out in the summer, and then, but that's still a ways off though. But yeah, I think that's everything we've watched besides the usual like YouTube videos she likes to watch or YouTube videos I like to watch, and most of the time we kind of do our own separate thing. Okay, I got a bonus really quick. So Riley wanted me to learn a little bit more about Mega Man Star Force. So we did watch, I guess, a couple of the episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, just two.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I grew up with the original Mega Man, so Mega Man Star Force is different. I do like to push her buttons about like the original Mega Man being Geo's dad, because
Ugh.
yeah, she doesn't like that, but
No, it's its own sub-series.
I know, but it's still funny. I keep asking about where's Dr. Light, where's Dr. Wily,
And I'm just like, no.
where's Dr. Robotnik.
This story's way better than any of that crap.
uh,
And Dr. Robotnik's from Sonic. I don't even know where he gets
I know.
that from.
I made that joke last month, didn't I? I think.
Yeah.
It's always
You mentioned Dr. Robotnik. It's like probably because it's all robots. So it's
exactly.
like where are you bringing Sonic into this?
I know, but anyways, so I mean, it's interesting, but at the same time, it's admittedly like for a different generation, like the original Transformers compared to Beast War. I never got into Beast War, so, but some people love Beast War. But okay, good for you. Doesn't mean I have to be into it. To each their own, as the old saying goes.
But from what you've seen,
I think Mega Man Star Force is okay. I mean, it's fine.
yeah, it only got 13 episodes, so it's not like if we do continue watching it, you'll get that far.
Yeah, and that alone makes me not really want to keep watching it because there's no
It's
like.
sad too, because the thing is apparently because I know about this part. It's just the reason they canceled it is because they had this whole thing with Toonami back in like 2009, and I think Toonami got shut down mid development of Mega Man Star Force. And that's why they did not continue the English dub. It's not because the show was bad. It's because Toonami got canned.
Oof.
Yeah, because obviously Japan got a second season, so obviously it was getting some traction.
Yeah.
So it's just Toonami got canned, and there went the US dub.
Rip.
Yeah, but then the second game came out, and like the season for the second game was just not that good. And I have to agree, because even if you play the game, like the second game is probably the worst out of the three games.
Yeah.
And it's because the story is just a nothing burger. You can literally just go from 1 to 3, and it's just like, just ignore the second game completely. It felt like a filler arc, besides meeting the Sasuke, which is Rogue, or Rouge. So besides meeting him, like that's it. The rest is just whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess the only good thing about the second game is the boss theme, and I think it might have the best PvP, but for story, it kind of sucks. Yeah, it gives me like Sly 4 of vibes in that category, where it's just like the gameplay is semi-decent, but the story is complete ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully you'll get a chance to play through the Mega Man Star Forces again, but...
Yeah, I will. I mean, the thing is that I've played them so many times already over the years.
So you got...
Obviously, it went from like 2006 to 2026, so I had like 20 years to play them, and I already kind of did multiple times.
Yeah, so I mean, at least you got them now, so anytime you want to jump back in, you have that opportunity.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that happened this month. Things we watched, things we did. Next month might be a little bit more eventful because we're hoping to be able to finally go bowling again, Riley and me. So that'd be kind of cool.
I want to go bowling.
And who knows, maybe we'll get out the house, a couple more times, and maybe start walking again because we're kind of wanting to start walking around the neighborhood. I mean, it's nice right now, It's not miserable yet, but it's going to get here sooner before we know it, unfortunately, because, hill country, scorching, miserable summers. We're under, I think we're still under a fire warning, or at least we're under a burn ban. And that's been kind of,
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's the way it's been for a while now, sadly, because we need some water. I mean,
water.
hopefully, eventually we'll get some water before it gets too dry and, we end up with a wildfire. That would really, really suck. But
Yeah.
But anyways, as always, we do appreciate those of you that take the time to watch our vlogs. It means a lot to us. It's just something we enjoy doing, just sitting back, reminiscing about the month and talk about random stuff that just happens to come up that we didn't even write down.
There you go. It always happens.
It does. That's part of the fun. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back in about a month from now for the April 2026 vlog.
Bye bye.